welcome to the long view with me, Jon Jordan. We're doing a first time user experience video today, so playing a game for the first time. The game is Gods and Glory. Just fired it up and we've had this push notification prompt. Shouldn't be here. This should only be shown once you've gone through the tutorial. I always say if someone fires this up during the opening kind of credits of the game, I always say don't allow. So clever developers put this when you've gone through at least some stage of the tutorial. They normally have a kind of splash screen that they can bring up as many times as they like. That official iOS prompt can only be brought up once. If I say don't allow, they can never bring that up again. Okay, so this is a game from Wargaming. Wargaming's been playing around with mobile games for a bit. So it's done a version of World of Tanks. World of Tanks Blitz has been pretty successful, but that was clearly just a mobile, slightly cut down version of World of Tanks. They've been trying other new stuff, not always successfully. They had a studio called WG Cells, which has been shut down before launching anything. So this game, as we can see, it's in portrait mode. So I'm playing on an iPad, so it's not ideal really, but there we go. A lot of games now are in portrait mode, particularly games that are this kind of mobile strategy genre in the way of a game of war or a mobile strike. So we can see we can log in with Twitter or Facebook, generally with all these kind of things as well. I will always log in as a guest first. I don't want to share my social media with these games unless I know I'm going to play the game for a long period of time. So I think this is fine to have these available, but for a first time user experience, maybe better to put it later after people have gone through the tutorial, because people just don't want to log into everything with Facebook anymore. Plus the fact a lot of people now, a certain generation, won't have a Facebook account necessarily. Maybe we won't have a Twitter account either. So anyway, it's going as a guest. So we wait for the download. At least it's going quite quickly, and it tells me how fast it's going, sort of. So obviously you should minimise this. This is just friction into the process of getting someone into a game as quickly as possible. You want to get people into the game as quickly as possible, particularly when you take them back to the same screen. That's not very good. Hopefully something's happening. Yeah, okay. So here we go, going into the tutorial. Woman with a strange floating head. Weird animation really. Her arm's not moving, is it? But the rest of us moving in slow motion like she's made of jelly. Okay, so let's go through this. So looking like we've got a turn-based game going on. I'm charging at a demon army alone. Oh yeah. Get some reinforcements. Yeah, okay. So obviously this is all happening with autoplay. There's no buttons really for me to press. I guess there's one button there to do an attack. Do it. So we're looking like a squad-based RPG. We've just destroyed the enemy hordes. Well done us.
It has been years.
But now going into the city building. So this looks like it's interesting in the sense of it being a build and battler, whereas the building we've kind of seen before from games, Game of War, Mobile Strike, lots of other games. Vikings.
Well, that is a start.
We know how this build tree is going to work, how the resource management is going to work, but it looks like the battles are going to be a bit more interesting, so taking on the genre a little bit further. Okay, so let's build the stuff. We're going to have a warehouse, barracks, usual kind of stuff, and this is very much like a Game of War. Kind of dull. I imagine, I think for a lot of people, the gameplay here is definitely not in the gameplay of building stuff. So I'm just pressing on. I'm not really looking what's going on here. I'm just pressing on what it tells me to do, which is the best way to go through these things. You can see, as ever, in this case the build takes a minute to do, or I can do it instantly with hard currency. I've actually got 300 hard currencies, so it's actually kind of encouraging me to do that, and because it's quite slow, because it's quite a fast time. If it's under a minute, normally these kind of games let you just do things, speed things up free. Build a mint, so okay. Going on in a mint. So this is actually less hand holding than is often the case with these games that have massive big arrows and tell you what to do all the time. This one's a bit less, assuming I'm not totally stupid, although now being totally stupid I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. Build a stone quarry. Where do I build the stone quarry? I mean, presumably I build the stone quarry on somewhere where there's some stone to quarry. Tell me here, will it? Okay, now I'm just building it in a random place, so that's a bit odd. Normally the quarry would be outside the city, but there we go. Ours is not to question, ours is to tap on the screen, build a house. Okay, you can see doesn't really matter where I'm positioning these, there's no logic to it. Build a barracks. Let's build a bigger one. Okay, have barracks, recruit army. Okay, so it's going to the army, have an archer, here's the cost, speed up, so it's forcing me to speed up now. So this again is very typical part of these mobile strategy games where you have these speed up acceleration kind of resources, items really, and it's an important part of their monetization.
Now we have an army.
Okay, so I've unlocked that bit, so now we can see what's going on in the area of influence. Okay, so it's interesting again, within the area of influence all my actions perform instantly, other than that it's going to take time again, so time is the key issue here. So I'm going to scout, I don't know what that scout thing is. Okay, sort of select of course, so that's okay, it's the hero going in. So interesting, there is actually something I can do here, quite why moving him to that unit, I guess so he's against the archer rather than yeah. So again this is all auto play, not even any options for me to do anything. Which is important for this kind of game. This kind of game is just totally meta game, there really is no gameplay in them, so they're adding a little bit of gameplay, which may or may not appeal to people who play this kind of game, I must confess. I've not spent a lot of time with Game of War or that ilk of games, partly because you need to really be in an alliance and you need to really spend money, which is they're just not the kind of games that necessarily really appeal to me. Okay, building that, we do that for free. I think something happened there. Sign in, so we get daily rewards. That's again, it's all very standard. Fortune cards. Okay, so we're going to get a slot machine.
Every day you can get one of the prizes free of charge.
No, not really. I'll select a card. Okay. Do I select another card? Multiplier. Okay. Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on. So I can use my currency. I don't even have enough currency to do that. So I guess that's finished, is it? I'll have to do it again. I don't understand. Okay, done that. I don't know what's going on there. So my guys are coming back from the battle. What am I going to do now? Build a university. Of course I am. Okay, going to try and sell me something. It's $25 worth. No, what have I done? My city's leveled up. So the whole point of this kind of tutorial is you're going through, not necessarily really understanding what's going on, but very quickly getting, oh wow, I got a reward. You know, it's getting a really, you know, just getting a lot of positive feedback about what you're doing. So I can develop skills. So this will, my hero, there he goes. Can I speed it up? That's going to use up one of my speed up things, I guess. Yeah, so the interesting thing with these kind of things is I can speed it up for a minute. What's the point of speeding up for a minute? I've still got to then wait a minute. Use a 3-minute one, but if something was 5 minutes, why would I use a 3-minute one? So, okay, I think there's kind of an interesting quantification, quantization going on there about kind of how you actually use those resources. Is my university, is it doing it? Is it doing it? No research, I can available to research 5. Okay, can I do military technology? Let's do my archer. Can I do that research? Okay, so that's happening. Research. Oh, I've researched the wrong thing. Where's my? I don't really. Okay, no, I don't really know. Is that the one I'm supposed to do? Okay, I've fallen off the wagon. I don't know. And I'm supposed to research my extra army slot. It's weird, it's telling me to go there, and then there isn't. I don't know what an extra army slot is. So we just ignore that. So again, this kind of structure of game, you have this system where I go into the quests, and if I do a quest, so there's obviously a lot of these quests would just like build a house, build a barracks. So I'm claiming all this resource. Going to the store. I can get free acceleration that lasts from 1 minute to 24 hours. Price is available. I don't know what that means. Claim it, it's free. There we go. I've got 3-minute acceleration. I have to wait another 2 hours and get another one. So all these things about retention, getting you back into the game. What's he doing up here? The right gear will give you unquestionable advantage. I have 11 slots for gear.
If you prefer
shooting swing sword. So I can customize my hero. Quite how I do that. At the moment he's physical. I don't really have anything. I have to craft them in the forge. Okay, so that's another thing to do. Just upgrade him every time.
Your hero gains
okay,
a level, you get skill points. After investing.
So do I have any skill points? No, I don't. So currently a dead end there. I'm gonna go back. As tends to happen in this game, as you see from the bottom, quite a lot of Russians playing, or Eastern Europeans, who might not be Russian. But these kind of games just very much appeal to that audience, it seems. Congratulations, my citadel has reached level 2, so I'm going to gain all these things. You can just see it's in the early stages of the, not really even tutorial, but in the early stages of the game I'm just racking up cool stuff. And that's about it. It seems like for the first point of a first time user experience is not to spend hours in the game, it's just to go through the basic kind of experience. I think this one's pretty smooth, apart from that bit. So we've got into the game pretty fast. I didn't really like the push notification prompt, shouldn't be there in my view. But other than that, I mean, these games have a very structured way of taking you through certain things. And this did it actually quite quickly. I think the battle thing is a bit different. Whether that will appeal to people or not, I don't know. Can I go and grab some gold? Attack. Auto select. Start the battle. Oh, there's quite a lot of them now. I don't really want him. Who's he? Oh, he was quite good. I didn't know what I got in. So this is the kind of thing with these games sometimes. You have no idea why that happened. But the point of playing them is that you get to understand these things. What I get? Oh, so I'm going to get another. Acceleration. So I thought I was waiting 2 hours for that, but clearly not. 2 minutes. Sorry. So okay. So there we go. We'll leave Gods and Glory. Play it some more over the coming days and see how far I get with it. Often I say I don't get very far with these type of games because often it's the tutorial, but if you look down at the alliances that really hold the attention, if it is interesting, you look down the bottom here, you have these dungeons, so maybe some interesting stuff when my citadel reaches level 3. I can go into some dungeons and maybe a bit more interesting battling stuff, because obviously now they have this gameplay dynamic where you have this, not really a squad-based RPG, but you have a bit more towards that kind of squad-based RPG gameplay element, which is something that certainly appeals to me, so maybe that I'll get something more out of that. So that was the long view. Or is the long view, I should say. Thanks for watching. So in the long view we play free-to-play mobile games, and we try and play them for as long as we can, doing videos along the way, certainly in the first kind of week of just the progress, and then kind of a bit later on the things we really like, the things we think games are doing well, and often the things we think games are not doing terribly well, and often that's why we end up leaving them. So if that's your thing, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.